guys from doing, like, I can't even imagine, like, if they kept going. But Paul Bynum really remembered Robin Robeck and the two men in the van. So when Joe came, like, he really started to put the pieces together, and he knew he was onto something, like an incredible detective work on his part. And, you know, Stephen Kay and everybody else who was involved. Tom Cray was Paul Bynum's partner. I mean, it's incredible, the detective work on this case that was done.
Right, because you got to remember, too, even a detective or any kind of cop, you know, this is extra work. This is something that's not been reported. This is extra work they're creating for themselves, an open case that they're creating. A lot of times they'll look the other way. They'll walk the other way rather than have extra work. They want to go home early, you know.
Exactly. It's amazing because they had nothing. They had no bodies, no evidence, no nothing. Like, they literally had nothing to go on except for this memory of Robin Robeck and this guy coming forward saying, you know, there's bodies in the mountains, but I have no idea where they are. But, so they literally had nothing, but they followed through with it.
It makes you wonder, too, how many of these cases have gone unsolved from that same period for 40 years? Guys just a little bit smarter, you know, that weren't weighing out pot in front of their window, you know, had a cabin, had a trailer, you know, and a little bit smarter. And talk to a few less people about what they were doing, you know. God only knows.
It's funny. All my serial killers always say to me, they go, remember, Laura, the smart ones are not in prison.
Right.
Or the ones who made a stupid mistake, those are the ones in prison. So remember, there are tons. Think about, it's a crazy thought when you think about how many are out there and intelligent and are getting away with this type of stuff every day.
Well, also, too, you know, I'm 57 years old, so I've been working in PI work since my teens, you know, late teens. And it's only in the past 5 or 6 years I'm coming across a lot of victims, these women who tell me that, and I come across them either through work or just my daily activities, telling me that, I was held captive by my husband for 2 years. I wasn't allowed to leave the house. I was locked in. There were locked padlocks on the doors and the windows. Or my boyfriend had me tied to a chair. And they're telling me these stories. Oh, and I got out. And every one of those cases.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. I'm hearing this quite a bit nowadays, to the point, too. And by the way, not one of these cases has the abductor or the kidnapper or the boyfriend or the husband faced any charges. Only in one case he faced charges for possession of meth and child abuse, but nothing for kidnapping and withholding the woman. And that was like she was held for over a year down by the lake.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if things are just getting more crazy, or I'm just noticing things more, and people talk to me more now, or what. Now, what happened?
Well, you know, it happens, and women get scared to come forward and report this kind of stuff, and I really hope that changes and women really, really start coming forward and really reporting this stuff, because, you know, these guys don't stop with them. You know, if they get away or if they do something, like, these men keep going. And, you know, if we can have the women start to report this stuff, I mean, like, look at Robin, who was brave enough to report it. And Paul was able to put the pieces together for this case. But imagine if she had never reported it, what they would be doing, what they could have gone on to do. You know, it really is scary.
Well, I got to tell you, you know, Laura, I have a lot of problem advising clients to make reports to the police, because any contact with the police is so hazardous, you know, to yourself. The first thing they're going to do is run you for warrants. I had one of these women. I hired her to come here to work for me, and it turned out she was a high-profile case here in Nevada. Her name was Annika Mack, and she was put into prostitution by these pimps and sold from one pimp to another and kept hostage in a garage, and had gangrene on her finger and her leg and stuff like that. Finally, the gangrene got so bad that the pimp just took and dropped her off at the hospital. And her first contact with the police, they wanted to arrest her. Another woman here I dealt with, another woman with mental illness, Maddie, I told the story many, many times. I bailed her out of jail, mental illness, and every contact, sex trafficked galore, hit by a car, living in the street, every contact she came with the police, she was arrested. So no help for her, this woman. And I went to every advocacy group here in Nevada trying to get help for this young woman. And she's dead today. She died down in Arizona on a pistol range. This woman with mental illness, the guy takes her down to a gun range on a date, and she winds up shooting herself accidentally. We're running out of time.
Oh, my God.
I could tell you horror stories going on forever. But now tell me, what happens in the trial? Do these guys confess? Because we are running out of time. We've got about 10, 15 minutes.
Right. Norris actually confessed. They finally got him to confess and roll over on Bittaker. So Norris escaped the death penalty by rolling over on Bittaker, and he led the police to the San Gabriel Mountains and pointed out they were able to recover skeletal remains of Jackie and Leah, thankfully. But Cindy and Andrea were never recovered, and Bittaker has given me the placement of Cindy and Andrea. So right now it's in the works. We're trying to I'm going in 9 days to San Quentin. We have the elevation level of the mountains. We're just trying to pinpoint the exact spot of where these girls are. And I'm really, really hoping I can galvanize people to do another search. That's what's in the works right now, is to go out and find Cindy and Andrea.
Well, if people want to contact you and they want to volunteer to search, how do they get a hold of you?
Go on my Facebook, look me up, Laura Jacqueline. I'm on Instagram, Nancy Drew 187. Just reach out to me on social media.
Yeah, Laura Jacqueline's this gorgeous blonde woman. That's how I found her.
Thank you.
I saw the picture. I said, let me friend request. Let's see what she's up to. Okay, then she turns out to be this great guest. So you might want to check out her Instagram as well, Nancy Drew 187. I'm also a fan over there too as well. And how are these guys? Now you talked to them while they're in prison. How are they doing their time?
I mean, how are they doing? I mean, they're in prison, but Bittaker has some sickos, some groupies writing to him. Same with Norris, and he's been known to sign stuff as pliers to this day. He actually called his lawyer and he said, "I need to get Laura the autopsy report for the last victim," and she didn't even want to send it to him because she goes, "You're going to autograph it and send it out to people." I guess he had done that before, and he was like, "No, I promise." And she was like, "Well, are you sending it to the writer?" And he was like, "No," but he was, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much how they're doing their time. But they don't have many visitors. Like the last time I was at San Quentin, a guard said to him, they go, "Oh, is this a first-time visitor?" And he said, "No, she's been here a million times." But so I was like the first of the year, and he hasn't had any visitors or anything pretty much at all.
Now, and they're in general population, San Quentin?
Well, San Quentin's death row,
okay.
But yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like death row, general pop.
Okay, so so I guess they're in there with Scott Peterson, right? Scott Peterson is there in there, all right?
Oh yeah, he's there.
Okay. Oh, so boy. Well, all right. What do you want to
There's
leave
a lot
us
of
with?
them.
Laura Jacqueline, author of the book, What Hell is Like, the untold story of the Toolbox Killers. What do you want to leave us with in the next 2 minutes?
I hope everybody checks out the book and the documentary. There's about to be a lot of stuff coming to light. I wish I could say, like I really, really do, because it's really huge news about to come to light. But I have to wait because my producer would kill me. But please check me out. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram. I do post a lot about, the victims, and some, like, whatever I can share, I do share with everybody. So I hope you guys follow me in this journey. I'm still investigating this case ongoing now. So it's a journey.
Okay. And occasionally you do presentations on this case, right?
I do. I just did Boston College.
Okay. All right, Laura Jacqueline, thank you so much, man. Keep us, up informed. I was going to say abreast, but God forbid, I don't want to make. Oh my God, when you think about these torture, that's the last thing you want to think about. But thank you so much, Laura Jacqueline. Keep us updated on what's going on with this case, okay?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you, Laura. Good night.
All right, goodbye.
Okay, then we had Laura Jacqueline, private investigator. I think she's over in Massachusetts, and talking about the Toolbox Killers. Fascinating stuff here. I got to tell you, man, it's just horrific. When I was telling a story to a friend of mine, we went on a hike, and I was telling her about these cases of these women who come, and one of them was a teenage girl too. She was being held at a budget suites by her boyfriend. She didn't have shoes to leave. She wear slippers, and pajamas. She didn't have clothes to leave. And we were looking at hiking up the top of this hill, and we were looking at it. I says, I wonder how many people are in those houses are being held captive. Human trafficking, human slavery. And here these guys are doing this torture and playing the audio and showing pictures and bragging about it to their friends. And these kids with no supervision hanging out with them at their motel room. Like, what the hell is going on here? Laura Jacqueline, thank you so much. Check her out at the Nancy Drew 187 on Instagram. Laura Jacqueline with a Q on Facebook. What Hell is Like, the untold story of the Toolbox Killers, coming out in 2020. And now a word from our sponsors. EmailRevealer.com. People ask me all the time, hey Ed, are you still a private investigator? I sure am. Go to emailrevealer.com. We handle adoption investigations, infidelity investigations, where you give us your spouse's email address. We trace it back to online dating websites, catch them cheating online. Email tracing, locate or identify somebody from as little as an anonymous email address. Someone owe you money? Back child support? We can find that deadbeat. Locate his hidden assets. Locate his hidden bank accounts. Find his current place of employment and even assist you in obtaining a judgment and recover that judgment for you. EmailRevealer.com. Digital forensics, computer forensics, cell phone forensics, recover deleted text messages. Create a report that you can use in court. EmailRevealer.com at 800-572-9762. OppermanReport.com. Hey, do you like what you're hearing? Do you like the work that you see us doing here at Opperman Report? You can support that work by becoming a member at OppermanReport.com. And as you have access to over 200 exclusive shows and interviews that you can't find on YouTube or Spreaker or iHeart or iTunes or KYAH. You can't find them anywhere else online, exclusive to our member sections, to our members. Also, too, there's images, videos, documents, court docs, a lot of content there at OppermanReport.com. And it's the memberships that support the Opperman Report and allow us to play these shows for free on Friday nights and Saturday nights on all the stations you hear us on. You can also make a donation at OppermanReport.com. If you want to support the show and become a member, I can give you a discount. I'll give you 13 months for $65 if you email me directly at OppermanReport@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can hear your ad played here on the Opperman Report, reach hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on a daily basis because the show is repeated every day all over the world. Contact me at OppermanReport@gmail.com and I'll give you a good deal on advertising rates. And now a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with pure soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send you a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at PureSoapFlakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild.
Tina Helmuth is writing an ongoing series of fact-fiction books that boldly takes on today's most heinous crimes, the abduction, sexual trafficking, and cannibalization of our children. Suffer the Little Children, The Wrath of the Father, and Unbreakable. Deeply researched and mixed with the supernatural, good versus evil makes these thrillers hard to put down, shining a light on the root cause of these crimes and introducing a spiritual solution. Justice will be served. Available at Lulu.com in paperback or ebook.
It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.